Hey guys. Alright, I'm turning my volume way up and gonna wait and see who gets on. It's Sunday. I think it's the 26th, and my name is Lauren Duke, and I have the awesome privilege of coming to you guys tonight and talking about personal development. And hey Jenny, I'm excited to see you guys get on. You guys, this is such a high, and doing the live video is just so exciting. So keep those thumbs up and those hearts coming, and I'll keep talking. No, I'm gonna keep it to like 15 or 20 minutes. So the reason that I chose personal development as the topic of choice is because it's one of those things that I didn't really wrap my mind around for a long time. So I did the hard thing. I chose the hard topic, but I took a lot of notes to share with you guys and wanted to be really personal in my sharing today. I love seeing you guys on here. So if I'm looking over to this side, it's because I really want to stick to my topic and respect your time on a Sunday night when you have time with your family. So I took a little information from, hey Saudi, hey Jen, sorry, I have like ADD, so I'm going to be like, you know, chasing squirrels or whatever, but personal development. So I found this website when I was doing a little bit of research, and it really kind of broke down personal development. I like what they said about it, and I'm going to choose to share a couple of nuggets from them. I'm also going to share some quotes from my personal leaders about how personal development has really, really helped them. And then just, you know, my personal story. So I'm just going to go after it. How's that? Personal development is a term that is often used, but a lot of times it's misunderstood. So this is taken from coachingpositiveperformance.com. And so if you want to check it out, check it out. So it's about investing in yourself so that you can manage yourself effectively, regardless of what life might bring your way. Personal development allows you to be proactive instead of reactive. I love that. Rather than wait for good things to happen, you get out there and you make them happen. You may not always achieve your objective because, hello, life is life. But you will experience a richer and more rewarding life when you commit to pursuing your own objectives. Make that commitment to personal development, or making that commitment, to personal development is the first step on the path to personal fulfillment. I'm going to say that last line again because it's so good. Making that commitment to personal development is the first step on the path to personal fulfillment. Love that. Okay, so here's my story, and I'm going to try to make it so that I'm not like totally looking over to the side. When I became a coach, I was all passion and drive. Like, I joined and I was like, I want to go after it. Tell me what to do. I want to, just tell me how to grow. You know, I wanted to impact people. I wanted to invite as many people as possible. And I was just going to do what I was told. Didn't know why. I didn't know how. I just knew that my coach told me to do something, and I did it. So here I am. I'm a military wife, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. And I'm pretty self-sufficient, pretty independent, and so I figured I got this. I'm just going to, you know, do the checklist. I'm going to do what my coach says, and I'm going to rock this. And I'm pretty competitive too. So if someone was doing 5 invites, I was doing 10. If someone was doing 10, I was doing 20. And that is how I grew. But I was missing a very key part. I wasn't taking care of myself. That self-sufficiency, that independence was also stubbornness. And so I was missing out on a really, really big part of this business. Yeah, success is great. It's fulfilling, and those relationships, and you can get totally lost in getting up, checking your phone, and really just letting the day run you instead of you running your day. And that was something that became my norm, and then I felt frazzled. I felt like, oh my gosh, I am losing grips. There's chaos. You know, my family's now in disarray. I've forgotten to be mom and wife and friend and leader, and to kind of set that tone for my team. You know, I was like, go, 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 business, business, goals, goals, goals. But wow, I was missing that development part, that really key, you know, that definition I gave you at the beginning. And it was really tearing my family apart, and it was tearing me apart. And so I lost relationships, I lost friendships, and I know that, that all plays into our story for sure. And you can say, well, that person was just for a season, but I really feel like I had a huge part to play in that because I didn't invest in the personal development. I was so focused on the goals and the growth and the shiny stuff that I forgot the really important stuff. So back to my notes. All right. So, I said I'm also stubborn. For this reason, I didn't find a real purpose for personal development because I'm stubborn. And I read the books other people recommended, but let's be honest, I was doing more of the Cliff Notes version, and I was doing more of the, I'm going to pick a chapter, and then I'm going to skip to the end. I'm being honest with you guys. I have a stack of personal development books that other people recommended. Hey, you should get this. If you want to know more about leadership, do this. If you want to know more about entrepreneurial spirit, do this. This is the book that Carl recommended. I got it. I've never even cracked the dang books. I have the coolest library ever of books that will never be read because that's not me. I can read those things and I can become more business minded, but that's not the person I am. That's not the coach I am. I'll take a seminar, great, but I'm not going to sit down and really engross myself in those kind of books. And that I'm just laying it out there for you because that is something I had to learn myself. I need to be fulfilled in a different way. So, again, kind of putting the cart before the horse here. I had to get to the point where I understood the need to grow, and that if I didn't take time to grow, then to grow my team, my business would be stagnant. That's a hard thing to fathom, but it's true. Oh, and I didn't like sitting down to read. So I was always thinking of the other things I could be doing. I'm totally ADD. Like if I sit down and I start to read, I start to think about all the other things and all the shiny things, and a bird might fly outside and I just lose focus. I have to be moving. I learned that about myself too. So I think a couple of years ago, listening to John C. Maxwell live was probably the best personal development I've ever had. His voice, his message, the way he spoke. I am more of an interactive kind of person. I need that connection with people. And so I learned that. And I want to be at live events. I want to hear the speakers. I want to see the emotion that they're giving. And so, yes, you're right, Ashley Hansen. You're getting ahead of me. I love it. Totally squirrel. Shiny object, squirrel. I was in the right place, and it played a huge part. And from there, I wanted to take time. But again, I hadn't really put all the pieces together. After I found the kind of personal development I wanted, John C. Maxwell, totally inspirational, just his message, everything. I knew that that's the kind of personal development that was really going to fuel me, that I needed to become a better wife, mother, leader, all of those things that I had been missing out on. So it took me being alone, being broken, getting to that place where I really needed to work on me. I hope you guys don't get to that point. It's ugly. It's ugly. It's lonely. But for me, I'm like all or nothing, y'all. So I had to be all ugly and all at that bottom of the pit to really realize that I needed to make a change. And it was a simple change. It was personal development. It was quiet time. It was putting that first. It was setting the stage for my day every day and then building upon it and not letting it run me. So, okay, like I said, I get a little excited. I get a little bit passionate. I really needed to work on me to bring me to the place where I was seeking out personal development and drinking it daily as a non-negotiable. You guys will hear that all the time. It's a non-negotiable. And those who say personal development isn't a big part of this business are lying to themselves. Just pure and simple. But how can just a few minutes a day really help? Well, it sure doesn't hurt. So taking time to focus the firsts allows everything else to fall into place. When I wake up and check my phone, or I'm frazzled and being pulled in many directions, and I let the PD slide, I feel it, and I see it in my attitude, the way I approach situations, the way I react to situations, and it's ugly. It's really ugly because it's not focused. And I don't want to be reactive. I want to be proactive, like I said in the beginning. And I'll circle back around and I'll share this again with you guys. What I learned is that I need someone who brings it and is real, raw, and talks straight to me. Someone I want to be friends with. You know, someone I want on my team. Someone I want to sit down and have a conversation with and learn from. And I want to spend time with them. So here are some of my favorites. That's why Jen Hatmaker, Christine Kane, Brene Brown, Lisa Turkhurst, and my most recent favorite, Jessica Heron, are authors I love because I want to listen to them. I want to be BFFs with them. I want to learn from them. I like how they speak, how they make me laugh, how they make me better, right? So I don't want to just sit into some wah who's built some company that I'm never going to be interested in. I want to talk to someone who's like me. So those are just a few of my favorites. And what I realized for me is, like was said earlier, audiobooks. Some love the feel of a book in their hands. Like I know Summer loves the feel of a book in her hands. Julie loves the feel of a book in her hands. And as a former literature teacher who has an abnormal love for pens, highlighters, and paper, I do value a book. Don't get me wrong. I love turning the pages, and I love dog-earing, and I love highlighting and making notes, and I love that. Love it. But for me, in this phase of life, Audible is my jam. And I love it, and I'm thankful for that app and for the opportunity to experience personal development no matter where I am. You're going to find me with my headphones in, mowing, at the beach, at the grocery store, vacuuming, because there are so many things that have to be taken care of on a day-to-day basis, and personal development is one of them. So you just find a way to make it work. And it's necessary right now. And I really like that you earn credits with Audible, and I just got a brand new book, you know, for free. So yes, it costs a little bit. You can find other sites or other apps to use, but that's the one that I love because I'm just an Amazon freak. So I'll celebrate my 4-year Beachbody birthday here in just a few weeks, and my husband has been deployed training for more than half of that time. So I built this business with the support of him from a distance, while being a single mom, pouring into others, and sometimes forgetting that I have to be filled up as well. It's just my reality, and I have to be filled up in order to pour out. I know when I'm off and I haven't taken time for me because I'm a freaking mess and I want to quit or give up, that I haven't seen the blessings, the gifts, the strengths, and I can't muster the words or emotions to give to others. So I've got to take that time every day to fill that cup. Not just for me, but for my kids, for the mailman, for the neighbor who texts me because my dog pooped in her yard. I mean, like, seriously, just the day-to-day stuff. So, it's really important to me. It always has been, but it's become increasingly more important as I've grown in this business and just as I've become wiser and as I've just been alone a lot. So God has provided people to be encouragers. That leaders in this group, you guys participating in this group, inspire me daily, but I can't force, you know, I can't rely on you guys to fill my cup. I can't rely on another person to be that crutch for me. I've got to take care of me, and I've got to take the time to pour back into me so that I can be a better me. Because I used to be that needy person. I used to look at other people for my happiness and my joy, and it wasn't fair to them. I had to find a way to fill myself up and to realize that life isn't perfect, and it's not going to be all sunshines and unicorns pooping rainbows every day. That doesn't happen. But I got to be able to see past those obstacles and see where the heck I want to go. And that's a part of what personal development has shown me. And I'm going to give you 6 takeaways here in a little bit. So while scripture and my faith play a huge part, I will say that hearing the stories of others like Brene Brown and like Jessica Heron, who wanted to start a company because she wanted to be with her kids. Hello, that's us. That's me, at least. I needed to hear that, you know, that you can be successful and still be mom. And so anyway, see, I keep looking at my notes, looking at you guys, getting a little sidetracked. It's just me. I want to apply those lessons to my life. I want to say, look, it worked for her. How can I make this work for me? And it continues to be vitally important for my growth and my team's growth because, you guys, here's a news flash. You set the tone. You bring it to your team, or what you bring to your team is duplicated, and you are the catalyst as the leader of your team. So think about if you're sharing what you learned today. You know, your personal development is a great post every single day. It's a way to say, hey guys, this is what I'm learning. You know, and you're going to be able to react, and you're going to be able to meet more people and interact with them as they go, oh, that's awesome. That's been on my heart. Just didn't know how to articulate it. What book is that? What a great way to start a conversation with positive talk. That's awesome. And then you get into this conversation about what's your favorite book and da-da-da-da-da. So you can see how this is a great way to get started. I'm going to have to go back and read your comments because now I want to know what Saudi and Lloyd are talking about. Okay, so number one, things that personal development teach us. Are you ready? You might want to get some pen and paper. These are really good. Self-awareness. You get to know who you really are, your values, beliefs, and the purpose you wish to pursue. That's one thing personal development gives us. How about I type these out and give them to you guys, because I'm not going to wait and repeat. How's that? Yes. Number two, a sense of direction. Decision-making becomes a lot easier. Tasks which used to take a great deal of your time no longer make it onto your to-do list because they're not as important as you thought they were. You know exactly where you want to go, and maybe those things that had been sucking you dry before, they don't fit. Number three, improved focus and effectiveness. Don't we all want to be effective and focused? So you are clearer on your objective, and you can quickly identify which tasks will give you the best result with the resources available to you at that moment. This is all personal development, what personal development does for us. Number four, more motivation. Who doesn't want that? With strong personal development, you develop a necessary will. Ooh, I like that. Even when the task is not enjoyable, you can see the end result. How many of you guys have had like the smoothest ride ever as a coach? Nobody raise your hand because you're lying. There are potholes, there are twists and turns, there are ups and downs, but it's the ability to see past those things and see your why and where you want to go that we need to get good at. And that's what personal development helps us with. All right. Guess what? Number five, greater resilience. Newsflash. There will be tough times in life. When these tough times occur, you need to have the skills and attributes to deal effectively with them. Personal development cannot prevent all bad things from occurring, but it will help you deal with them when they do. That's that whole proactive and reactive thing. You will have a greater confidence or resilience, personal and interpersonal skills to cope with any eventuality. I like that word, eventuality. You will be able to cope better. You'll be able to see past things and take them in and know how to react. I like that. And the last one, this is cool. More fulfilling relationships. When you improve your personal development, you are better able to see which relationships are worth investing in and which need to be cut loose. You also develop the skills to make the most of those relationships which have the most positive impact in your life. We need that. We need that. And it shouldn't be that hard to be able to say, this is not healthy for me. But it really does help when you can pinpoint the people who sharpen you, encourage you, are running the same journey, or running the same race as you are, and say, let's do this together. I'm not on the same path as that person, and that's okay. So I like those top 6, and I will put those in the group for you guys. So I wanted to close it with, I asked some of my leaders today to give like their, I'm not going to share names, don't worry, what has personal development done for them? And I really love these because I think that you guys can really resonate. I can definitely do that, Carlene, absolutely. So here are some quotes, and then I'm going to end with some of my favorite things to share with you guys really quickly. What has personal development done for you? It has helped me learn to speak up for what I want instead of bowing down and letting others get all of the credit. Wow. It has helped me calm my stress when I think everything is spiraling down. Instead of giving up, they're sticking it out because they understand that this is a journey. There's a process to it. There's a growth. And you're going to learn through this opportunity. I kind of added that part myself. Okay, second quote. Personal development has really, really helped me find myself, especially within the last 6 months. I have learned a lot of self-respect. I finally feel like the people who are supposed to be in my life just are. And the ones who aren't fall away naturally. And it feels really good. Don't you want to be able to say that? I do. And like a huge breath of fresh air. It's hard to lead and help others when you aren't confident and comfortable with yourself first. I've made huge strides in this area. And that's one of my precious coaches, and I can see the growth in her. And to hear her say that is like, yes, it's not because of me. It's because of this opportunity. It's because, I can get preaching, y'all. So, Ashley, this opportunity isn't just sales. Gosh, you guys, it's so much more. And you're seeing it right here. Like the confidence that comes from people, the growth spiritually, mentally, physically, everything. So when people say, oh, it's just a health and fitness company, I go, hold on a second. It is so much more than that. Because the person that I was 4 years ago is not this girl. That person was scared. She was competitive, but she didn't know why. This person knows why. She knows what she wants. She knows where she wants to go. She's stronger. She's more confident. And she's also a lot more humble. And she's willing to admit she's way flawed. I'll take this chick because that other chick was needy. And a lot of things that I don't want to be in my life, I don't want to teach my kids. So there's my rabbit trail. All right. More quotes. I'm almost done, I promise. Personal development has been the foundation of me finding and discovering who, capital letters, I was created to be. If it wasn't for personal development, I wouldn't still be here. Yikes. The days I don't do personal development, I quit. She's talking about she quits mentally. She just gives up. She throws in the towel. It has become my lifeline for this business, for my family, for catching my dreams. If you don't take it serious, you'll never make it in this business. So personal development, y'all. All right, last quote from the leaders. It gives me confidence. It gives me motivation. It helps on those days when they are just tough, business and life. And I will say that this person has battled cancer twice. So when she says life is tough, she means it. And there are many days, oh, don't cry, that I know she wanted to just give up because we've had those conversations. But this girl's a fighter, not just because she's overcome cancer, but because she has been the most consistent of my coaches, really, in her growth, in her resilience, in her leadership. She gets it. She gets it. Okay, I'll keep going with her quote. I know when I didn't do personal development for the first 8 months as a coach when I wasn't doing it for the business, she was just getting a discount. It was tough. I struggle with fear and mostly sickness scares me, obviously, and PD has been a huge lifeline for me through this journey. It also helped me be a better leader and a coach. Yeah, she's awesome. But just think, she was doing okay until, don't cry, Twyla. She was doing just okay until personal development came into play and then skyrocket. Personally, she's awesome. High five, Twyla. Totally called you out. All right. Now, one of my favorite authors currently is Jessica Heron. And she is the creator of Stella and Dot. And Find Your Extraordinary is her book that I'm reading right now. I'm actually listening to it on Audible. Shocker there. Okay, so I love these quotes by her, and I'm going to close here and let you have your evening back. I'm sweating like a pig. What is that? All right. The idea that you are crazy busy and your time is not something that you are in charge of is really disempowering to yourself. You need to own the fact that no one has ever done anything with anything. Okay, so maybe I'm ridiculous, but I can't read my own stuff. No one has ever done anything with anything more than 24 hours, 7 days a week. Okay, there it is. All right, there it is. I'm going to give you that one again. You ready? So this is part of personal development. You thinking that, you're already self-limiting, right? The idea that you are crazy busy and your time is not something that you are in charge of is really disempowering to yourself. You need to own the fact that no one has ever done anything with anything more than 24 hours, 7 days a week. Look at all the people you look up to. Look at all the inspirational leaders that we learn from. Same hours in a day, everything, all that stuff. So the fact that you think you can't fit personal development into your day is a little junk. And I'm speaking to myself here when I let it slide. Because if I'm not going to tell you that I do it every day. There are days when I'm like, oh, dang it, I didn't do my personal development. I can feel it. Oh, I'm quoting from, you have to go back and listen, Caitlin. Haha. All right, this is the one I want to, the last quote I want to leave you with before a little mantra from Jessica Heron. Ready? It's good. If you don't take time for yourself, you will be a crappy mother, wife, and manager. If you deplete yourself, you can't overflow on anyone else. So how are we going to be effective at anything we do if we're unable to overflow on other people? I think it's pretty simple, don't you? If our cup is empty, we have nothing to give. So we've got to fill our cup daily. You have to find what it is that's going to fill your cup as far as personal development. I don't care if it's in a book, if it's an Audible, if it's a podcast, if it's going to a seminar, quiet time, whatever it is. Sometimes for me, it's worship music because I love music. That's personal development for me. It's just what I need. I'm not saying that there's a hard and fast rule, but you have to find it and stick with it, and you will grow through it. So here's the mantra I want to leave you with from Jessica Heron, and then say good night. Be daring, be different. Be impractical. Be anything that will assert integrity of purpose and imaginative vision against the play-it-safers, the creatures of the commonplace, the slaves of the ordinary. A couple years ago, Carl said, be weird. This is pretty much it. Be daring, be different, be impractical. That's my challenge to you guys, and overflow on as many people as you possibly can and change some lives. Okay? All right. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday. Mwah!